Hello, my name is Milo. Welcome to my rural DoorDash ride-along. It's Friday morning, about 8:30. I am gonna dash through the morning into lunch shift and possibly part of the afternoon, depending on how I'm feeling at that point. I'm starting off with McDonald's offer, $6.35 for 3.8 miles. Now, I logged in and it immediately said very busy, so I'm hoping this will be a successful shift, but I also realize that I'm at the tail end of breakfast and it might die down in a little bit. I have never multi-apped before, but I just reinstalled Uber Eats, and I've only logged in as an Uber Eats driver once, and that was a year ago, and I got no offers when I did that. I suspect because I accidentally downloaded the Uber Eats customer app first, and it said, oh, here are the restaurants. There are no drivers nearby. And so I'm actually wondering if maybe nobody uses Uber in this market. So if DoorDash does slow down between breakfast and lunch, I might open up Uber Eats and see if that is actually successful on a different day, and I expect it probably won't be. But if DoorDash keeps sending me stuff, I'm not gonna mess around with a second app today. So delivery number 1 complete, and within seconds, got my second offer, which is a shopping order from Fred Meyer. It is only like 4 or 5 items. I'm gonna do it. I think I need to start being pickier about which shopping orders I accept because I'm having trouble maintaining the metrics for Pro Shopper. I've gotten Pro Shopper twice and lost it really fast both times. If you can't get the original item and you have to do a substitution or a refund, the app gives you 3 choices. One is, it's out of stock. Take a picture of the shelf tag to prove that it is out of stock. The second option is, I can't find it. Take a picture of the area you searched, and that impacts your metrics. And the third option is, there's a quality issue. The problem is that some stores around here, because we're not in the metro area, don't carry all the items that their metro locations carry. And there is no shelf tag to take a photo of. Which is why I'm thinking I might need to start getting pickier about the shopping orders I accept and only taking the ones where I believe I can get everything or the pay is really good, to try and not just get Pro Shopper, but keep a buffer to maintain it. Now I got a stack to also pick up McDonald's. All right. I completed both the shopping order and the McDonald's drop-off. It all went really smoothly, and now I got a new McDonald's offer, and this one's $14 for 10 miles, so it's a longer distance. With the longer distance, I would prefer to have $2 a mile so that I know my round trip is covered, but I am at about $2 a mile so far, so I can take a bit of a loss on this order and still average out okay. And it's 9:30, so I think we're starting to hit the slow part of the morning, so I'm gonna take this. After I complete this offer and drive back into Newport, if it's still slow, I might open up Uber Eats. If there are truly no other Uber drivers on the road, and I'm the only one, if they send me an offer, I'm gonna feel very obligated to take it, because if I don't take it, that customer's not getting their order. So that customer gave me a $3 cash tip in addition to the tip in the app, and said, here's a little extra for having to drive so far. That was very nice. I was not counting on it. Before I even re-entered the zone, I got a new offer. It's a stack from Fred Meyer and Starbucks, both going to the same customer. Now, this order is upside down, but it's primarily upside down because of how far away I am at the moment. That's more on the last order than it is on this current one. So I pulled up to drop those off, and 2 children came directly up to my passenger door. I'm hoping that you are the children of the guy who made the order, or that you made the order on your dad's account. They had the PIN number for me. I've made $45 in under 2 hours. It's a great pace. I don't have a new offer yet. First time that I'm having to wait for an offer. So, it might be time to load Uber Eats. Well, now I'm just waiting to see who sends me an offer next. All right, I just got a McDonald's offer, and I'm accepting it. So, I'm turning off Uber Eats because I don't want to be fielding offers while I'm on a delivery with a different app. So, I arrived at McDonald's to pick up the order. It was ready. She handed it to me, but I still can't get the app to let me push the button that I've arrived. I restarted the app multiple times. It wasn't working. I had to restart the phone. In the end, then I could complete. That order has been dropped off. I've turned Uber back on, and we'll see who's gonna send me an offer next. I bet it'll be DoorDash again. While it was slow, I ate my lunch. Then I got an offer from McDonald's going to Toledo, $10, 9 miles, not amazing, but I had to wait a while to get this order, so I'm gonna do it. And we are officially multi-apping. After delivering McDonald's to this residence just outside of Toledo, I figured I'll turn on Uber Eats again before I begin my drive back to Newport. And while I was still backing out of that customer's driveway, I got an Uber Eats offer from Starbucks. It was $5. I couldn't see the miles on it. I think it's just because I don't know how to read that offer card yet. But I didn't see how many miles it was. I figure it doesn't matter. I got to drive back to Newport anyway. And it's definitely upside down. It looks like I got about 8 miles to get to Starbucks, and then I got to go to the customer. But the customer's also in Newport. So I don't think it's like an objectively good offer, but I'm taking it as now I'm learning the ropes on Uber Eats. So I paused DoorDash. It says meet at curb, and there is a pin. So I'm gonna have to learn how to do a pin delivery on Uber. Now that I've reparked not directly in front of this customer's workplace, I'm looking at the Uber trip details in more detail, and it looks like there was no tip on that, but also, Uber allows customers to adjust the tip afterward. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Uber does allow customers to remove a tip after the fact, which DoorDash does not. I was waiting a while. I'm reparking by my normal waiting spot. I did get one offer from Taco Bell, but it was upside down and I declined it, even though it was slow. Now I'm going to Lupita's Kitchen, and this isn't a good order either, but it's not upside down. It's $4 4 miles. So I prefer that over $9 for 10 miles. And I'll get it done really quickly, and I can move on to whatever's next. So, once again, pausing Uber Eats. I'm being very careful about pausing the other app when I'm doing a delivery, just because I don't want to take a hit to acceptance rate, especially on DoorDash where I'm actively working on it. I've been told it doesn't matter as much on Uber Eats, but I also don't want to take that hit when I don't even have metrics started. And I'm not going to be accepting a simultaneous offer because that's what people call dirty stacking and can screw up your on-time rates and stuff, so not messing with that. Next offer, again from DoorDash, is $6.15 for 2 miles from McDonald's. A lot of McDonald's today. And now I have a new offer. It's a stack 2 pickups going to the same customer. One of them is shopping for 2 units of 1 item. It's not a high-paying offer, but I think it should be really easy to do. Next is an unremarkable Starbucks order, $4 for less than a mile. I figured it'd be quick and easy. Turned out not to be super quick because the order was delayed because they were very busy. I think this is going to be my last offer that I accept today, because this is going to put me over $100 for the day, including the 1 Uber order and the cash tip. This is a stack from Bargain Tavern and Safeway. I did not look at the offer card closely enough to determine if it was a shopping order or a retail pickup. If it's shopping, I don't know what the items are. I don't know if this is going to cause me trouble or not. I know I was saying earlier I need to be picky about shopping orders now, and I just totally ignored that rule that I just set for myself. All right, I got to Barge Inn Tavern. I picked up that order, it was already ready, and I checked my tasks and saw that Safeway is in fact a retail pickup. So, I don't have to do any shopping. I arrive at Safeway apparently 20 minutes too early, but fortunately, I didn't have to wait a full 20 minutes. But now I'm getting a message from my Barge Inn Tavern customer, will you please deliver the food before it gets cold? So, I wrote him a message back. I said, hello, sorry for the delay. I was given 2 orders at once. The delay is on DoorDash's end. I'm on my way to you now. So I got to the drop-off location. I didn't realize that building had multiple businesses at different entrances, so I went to the wrong entrance. And then I saw the delivery notes, oh, give to so-and-so at this business. So I figured it out. I got there, handed it to the person it was a gift for, and then I got back to the car and went, oh, there was a pin on this. So I just marked found customer, pin not provided. It was a gift. And then DoorDash sent me a survey as to how safe I felt on this delivery. It probably came from a place of misunderstanding. Because I have seen the customer-facing side of the app. The customer should know when you're on a stacked order. It should tell you, 1 stop away. That is how that works. And I think this person just may not have been savvy enough to figure that out. So, I'm trying to let it roll off me, not get too hung up on it. I'm gonna go deliver the Safeway groceries. Then I'm gonna be done for the day. I will have made $100, which is what I was hoping for. Well, while I'm on my way to this last delivery, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my sign off. Thank you for watching this video. I'll put more detailed stats on the screen if that's the kind of thing you care about. I probably will not rely on Uber Eats at all, but I might do this multi-apping strategy again just for when it's slow to see who sends me an offer first. But I'm definitely going to prioritize DoorDash. Maybe if I'm dashing in another city, Uber Eats might do me better there, but apparently not really in Newport. I will see you in the next video, and until then, happy dashing.